get hello. I started this.
Well, how do you do? What did you think of that? Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name's Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry and world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan and trusted member of the media. So I just got done watching The Mandalorian. And just, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review, because there's no reason. What am I going to do? Just tell you that I liked it for 10 minutes? I did like it. I liked it a lot. I had a great time watching the first episode of The Mandalorian. And unfortunately, that is all we're going to get until next week. So I guess this is going to be a weekly show. 8 episodes. We're going to get 2 months of The Mandalorian. Now, I got suckered into this, and I guess suckered in, this is fair. I'm going to say this about Disney. This is fair play. They're offering 1 week free of Disney Plus, so basically you're going to get to see the first episode of The Mandalorian for free, and at that point you can cancel or you can decide if you're going to carry on. Looks like you're going to end up paying $14 total, $6.99, $6.99, in order to watch the whole series. So that's a choice that you're going to have to make if it's worth it to you. I've already made that choice. After watching the first episode, I'm in. I've got to... Look, I love Star Wars, and where Disney succeeds is where they go back and they actually do justice to the time period of, you know, the original trilogy. I loved Rogue One. I know, and some of you didn't like it. I liked it. I like this, too. This takes place right after Return of the Jedi. There are all kinds of really, really fun Easter eggs all through this. The Mandalorian is badass. He's kind of a Clint Eastwood character, and if it is a he, let me just go back and backtrack that, because I'm terrified that there's going to be an awful surprise towards the end of this series. They're going to take off the Mandalorian's helmet, and he is going to be the Wamandalorian. I predicted this a long time ago. If this is the case, I will be very, very sad. It just seems like the most obvious thing to do in 2019 is to just exercise the mythology of this incredibly badass warrior who you're assuming is a man. And then, you know, Star Wars has done this many times before. Off comes the helmet, and it's a little girl, or it's a woman, or it's Princess Leia. I mean, it's, you know, this is tradition in Star Wars, and it's also SJW and SJW trope. So if we can hold out 8 episodes and the Mandalorian is what it appears to be, and that is male, I will be very, very happy about this. But the ending gives me pause. The ending gives me doubt. So what did I like about this? I loved all of the little nods in theme and storytelling style and just feels to A New Hope. There's a sequence where the Mandalorian is looking through a rifle scope at these big, gigantic fish-like monsters, fish elephants that are walking around, and all of a sudden one of them appears super close up in his scope, screaming at him and knocks him over. That is obviously a callback to Luke Skywalker and the Sand People in Star Wars A New Hope, and I, for one, you know, was happy to see that. Okay, what was I most happy to see? Most happy to see that goddamn Salacious Crumbs. The Salacious Crumbs race has they were little bullies in Return of the Jedi. Kowakian monkey lizards are not doing well. You know, post Return of the Jedi. There's a sequence where you see one of them roasting on a spit. He looks delicious. And there's another one in a cage watching his brother become meat. And he's not laughing. He ain't laughing anymore. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed seeing an Ugnaught. Nick Nolte's Ugnaught was great. He's got a phrase that he always says. He says, "I have spoken," which means that's it. You know, what I say goes. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting Ugnaughts to be so arrogant, but, you know, they are. I had so much fun. Obviously, I liked seeing all of the callbacks, and there were quite a few callbacks to the holiday special. Quite a few. In one case, you know, the original bounty that the Mandalorian picks up, he's like, I wanted to be home for Life Day, and I I fist pump the air. That's the kind of fan service that I want to see. Of course, it is the holiday season now, and I will be watching Star Wars Holiday Special with you guys. We're going to do a live stream. It's something that I like to do. I watch that thing twice a year for Christmas. I love the Star Wars Holiday Special. Also, his gun with the the kind of tuning fork attachment at the end. It's like a stun gun. We see that it is a stun gun. He actually stuns a water creature with it in the first 10 minutes of the show. That, of course, is the very same instrument that Boba Fett was using in the animated cartoon introduction of Boba Fett from the holiday special. And at one point, and I wish I could remember, I should have taken notes about this, but at one point, Nick Nolte's Ugnaught chastises Mandalorian when he's trying to break one of those fish elephant monsters and learn to ride it like a horse. And he's just like, your race, rode the mythosaurs. And I think mythosaur, if I remember correctly, the mythosaur is the same creature that Boba Fett is riding in the animated series. So a lot of callbacks, not the animated series, the animated sequence in the holiday special. A lot of callbacks to that. And, as a fan, I appreciated it. I lived in that world. The entire area, the entire world that Mandalorian inhabits, I've seen, I believe. There was even a glimpse. There was a glimpse of Boba Fett, which was odd. I'm pretty sure that we saw Boba Fett for a split second, which means that Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit. If that's the case, I would love to see that actually underscored, but that might have been just a tease and just for fun. IG-11 was great. I mean, all of these characters that we just saw in the original trilogy that were, didn't have big parts, but certainly we know them from the action figures. We bought IG-88. We imagined who IG-88 was. IG-11 is in this, and we get to see, that IG-11 is a bounty hunter droid. We see how it functions. There's this great recurring gag. There's a Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid kind of shoot 'em up shootout scene where, just like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, the set even looks the same. They're outnumbered. They're going to die, and IG-11 just has a grenade. Thermal detonator implanted in his chest, the same kind the Princess Leia brought to Jabba the Hutt, and says, "I must destroy myself because that's the rule. I cannot be captured." And the Mandalorian just keeps saying, "Put it away, put it away. Let's not give up just yet." So heroic, so awesome. The way they fight their way out of that scene again was high tea. It was a joy to watch. The whole thing was a joy to watch. Now the ending was fascinating. Of course, the whole theme of the show, the plot of the show, is the bounties are kind of drying up. If you're a bounty hunter by trade, you want to collect a list of people that you want to pick up and carbon freeze. The carbon freezing thing is still a little confusing to me. I thought that was sort of a one-off thing that they did with Han Solo, but I guess now, post Empire Strikes Back, post Return of the Jedi, that is now the preferred methodology of collecting bounties for bounty hunters. Okay, that's fine. Boba Fett, I guess, is legendary, and people must have heard that it worked pretty well. So that is what they do. He's collecting these bounties in carbon freezing chambers, and he's looking for more bounties, and there aren't enough to pay the bills. There aren't enough to go around. And there is one very special bounty. We can't say who it is. We can't say who it is that you're picking up. But all we can tell you is this person is 50 years old, and with sparse details, Mandalorian meets up with IG-11 to go and find this bounty. They go into the room after killing everybody who's protecting. I mean, this little thing is protected. They go into the room, they find a kind of Pokemon-style ball, and they open it up, and the bounty is revealed. Big surprise, it is an infant Yoda species. Whatever Yoda is, whatever his species is, that's what this is. And it, have to say, very cute. They should be, if Star Wars isn't giving, if Lucasfilm and Disney and Hasbro aren't making baby Yodas to give away for Christmas, they're making a big mistake. Everybody's going to want one of those Baby Yodas. IG-88 is ready to bring the Baby Yoda back. And by the way, there was a big stress about bring the Baby Yoda back alive. We want the Baby Yoda alive. IG-88's ready to shoot it. And the Mandalorian just, takes his gun and blows the IG-11 away, which was a very feminine thing to do. And it made me think that perhaps the Mandalorian was suffering from an influx of estrogen just then, and perhaps is a woman and has a motherly impulse towards this thing. But the other explanation we see in flashbacks. We see the Mandalorian as a child, escaping from just a disastrous situation, orphaned. Tells another female Mandalorian that he was a foundling, which I imagine means orphan. So maybe this is, maybe this is just sort of like going to become a lone wolf and cub kind of situation. But that's what we can hope for. I really do hope that the Mandalorian is not the Womandalorian. It would make this just kind of twee. It would make it, I don't know. It would make me like it a whole lot less. Can we just get a regular story that isn't supposed to bowl us over with how awesome, how women can do anything men can do? That would be great. I would appreciate that if I didn't have that message, inserted into every aspect of everything that Disney does all the time. All right, so what do? I give this a thumbs up. I give Mandalorian, the first episode, a big thumbs up. I'm anxious for more. I probably would have watched the whole thing in one sitting, all 8 episodes. But Disney Plus is not Netflix. They are trying to make that money, so they are going to ask us to spend $14 if we want to catch this the entire series first run. Let me know what you think. Did you watch it? What were your thoughts? What did you like? What did I forget to mention? I mean, a lot. There was a lot in there. Squid Head was in it. So many cool callbacks to the original good Star Wars, not this shit Disney Star Wars, but the good George Lucas era of Star Wars. That's what this all lives in, breathes in. And I understand that from what I understand, they're going to kind of connect the dots between Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens. We're going to see the rise of the First Order. I hope not. I was so happy to see the old stormtroopers. It's just good. I mean, it's still good. It doesn't feel dated at all. It just feels good to watch these characters I think the way they're meant to be. All right, everyone. That's all I have to say about that. What'd you think of this review? What'd you think about the Mandalorian first episode? Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe, share this video. I really appreciate your support. We went through a kind of tough time on YouTube. YouTube kicked this channel's ass upside down. Double check and make sure that you're still subscribed. Somebody told me I've had to resubscribe to you 4 times. That's weird. That's weird. YouTube must have something against me. I do take it personally, Susan. So please double check and make sure you're still subscribed. If not, do subscribe, and I'll be back later with another video. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.